Hello everyone, and welcome back to Money Pulsar. Let me ask you something. Why do smart people buy lottery tickets, even when they know the chances are so small? It's not because they're careless, and it's definitely not because they're bad with money. It's because in that moment, the choice feels smart. It seems harmless, right? Just a little ticket. But over time, that small habit can quietly take a much bigger bite out of your finances than you realize. Today, we're going to explore that exact feeling. We'll follow Ria's story to see how this plays out with her money, and most importantly, I'll show you a better way to use that same cash. Stay till the end, because this isn't about luck. It's about making smarter, everyday money choices. Meet Ria. Ria is 29 years old and works as an office assistant. She has a fixed salary, just like many of us, navigating life in the city, and every Friday evening, right after work, she has this little ritual. She stops by a small shop, the kind you see on every corner, and buys one lottery ticket. Just one. It costs her less than a snack. In her mind, the logic is simple. It's cheaper than eating out, she tells herself. If it works, life gets a whole lot easier. And if it doesn't, well, nothing's really lost. For those few minutes, holding that ticket, her mind feels lighter. The weight of the world seems to lift just a little. She imagines paying off all her bills in one go. She pictures herself helping her parents, giving them the comfort they deserve. She dreams of a life with less stress, less worry. Then the draw happens, and just like the week before, nothing changes. The numbers on her ticket don't match. But when the next Friday rolls around, so does her routine. She's back at the little shop, buying that single ticket, holding on to that sliver of hope. And the next Friday, and the next after that. This little habit, this weekly moment of what if, just keeps going. This cycle is more common than you might think. For many people like Ria, it's not about a big, risky gamble. It's a small, affordable escape. A tiny investment in a dream. That little piece of paper represents a chance, no matter how small, for a different reality. It's a way to cope with the financial pressures that feel constant and overwhelming. It's the feeling of possibility, even if it only lasts for a weekend. This desire for a quick fix, for a magic solution to money problems, is deeply human. We all want an easier path, but relying on chance, week after week, can create a pattern of its own. It's a habit that feeds on hope, but rarely delivers. The real question is, what happens when this small habit starts to feel like the only hope you have? Does it provide relief, or does it just keep you running in the same circle, waiting for a miracle that never comes? Think about it. We see stories of big winners, and it's easy to think, that could be me. But for every one of those stories, there are millions of Rias. Spending a little bit each week, it adds up. Not just in money, but in mental energy, in emotional investment. What if that energy was put somewhere else? What if the focus shifted from waiting for luck to building a plan? Let's explore that. You know, Ria is a lot like us. She's got a steady job, works hard, and lives a pretty normal life. But like many of us, she has this little habit. She buys a lottery ticket every week. Now, why does someone as sensible as Ria do this? It's not just about the numbers. It's about what those numbers represent. Let's talk about the psychology behind this. Our brains are funny things. They're not great with probability, but they absolutely love possibility. Even a 1 in a million chance doesn't feel that small when the prize is life-changing. When Ria buys that ticket, she's not thinking about the millions of other people who also bought one. She's thinking about what she would do if she won. She imagines quitting her job, traveling the world, buying a dream house, and helping her family. It's a powerful daydream. This act of imagining feels productive, doesn't it? For a few dollars, Ria gets a whole week of hope and possibility. It feels like she's doing something to change her circumstances, like she's investing in a better future. Her brain gets tricked into thinking this is a smart move because it offers a huge potential reward for very little immediate effort. Compared to saving 4 years or learning a new skill, the lottery seems like a fantastic shortcut. It doesn't ask for hard work or patience. It only asks for a little bit of hope. But here's the catch. Ria eventually realized That feeling of being smart is just an illusion. While her imagination is working overtime, her money isn't actually working for her. It's just disappearing. That daydream, as wonderful as it feels, is just that, a daydream. As she once thought to herself, hope is not a plan. It's a beautiful feeling, but it doesn't build a future on its own. True financial progress comes from making real, tangible plans and taking consistent action, not just from wishing on a lucky number. It's about turning that hope into a strategy. So, let's talk about the real problem here. It's not just about losing that one time. The real danger, the trap, is repeating that same choice week after week, month after month. Let's look at Ria. And like many of us, she's on a fixed salary. Every week, she would spend a small amount on something she thought was a harmless little treat. It never felt like a big deal. $20 here, $30 there. It never hurt her bank account immediately, so it felt completely fine. But that's the tricky thing about habits, right? They work quietly in the background, shaping our future without us even noticing. Think about it like this. Imagine you have a big, empty jar. Every week, you drop one small coin into it. Just one. That single coin feels insignificant. It doesn't change anything. But what happens after a year? After 5 years, suddenly, that jar is heavy. It's full of coins. The total amount has become substantial. This is exactly what happened to Ria. The small amounts she spent, which felt like nothing at the time, started adding up. Before she finally sat down and did the math, she had no idea how much money was slipping through her fingers. We're talking thousands of dollars over a few years. Enough for a down payment on a car, a dream vacation, or a serious boost to her savings. This is how most of us lose money. It's not usually from one single, catastrophic financial mistake. It's the slow, silent drip of small, repeated choices that we convince ourselves are harmless. Ria's story is a wake-up call. It forces us to ask, what are our small coins? What are those seemingly harmless habits that are secretly costing us a fortune? It's time to take a closer look at where our money is really going. Not just in big chunks, but in those small, everyday transactions. Because that's where the real power to change our financial future lies. When we think about money, it's easy to get lost in big numbers and complex ideas. But it's actually much simpler. Imagine Ria's daily life. She spends a few dollars on a bus ticket. Money goes out, but she gets to work, which helps her earn her salary. That's a clear return. She buys lunch. Money goes out, and she gets the energy to finish her day. Again, value comes back. Now, think about the lottery ticket. Money goes out, but what comes back? A tiny, tiny chance of winning. For almost everyone, the value that comes back is just a moment of daydreaming. There's no skill involved that you can improve, no real progress toward a goal, and absolutely no control over the outcome. It's pure chance. And while dreaming is nice, it's a form of entertainment, not a financial strategy. The danger is when we start confusing the two. Over months and years, treating entertainment as a plan can lead to these silent, slow financial drains that we don't even notice. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not here to tell you to never buy a lottery ticket again. Having a little bit of fun is perfectly fine, as long as you see it for what it is. Entertainment? It's like buying a ticket to a movie. You pay for the experience, not because you expect to leave the theater with a new house. The problem starts when we put our real hopes for a better future into that ticket. So what's a better way? What if Ria took that same small amount of money she spends on tickets each week and did something else with it? She could start a small emergency fund. Just a few dollars a week adds up, giving her a safety net for unexpected expenses. Or she could use that money to pay a little extra on one of her monthly bills, like a credit card. This reduces her debt and saves her money on interest in the long run. Another powerful option. She could invest in herself. Maybe she uses that money for an online course to learn a new skill, something that could lead to a promotion or a higher paying job down the line. I know. These options sound boring compared to the thrill of a potential jackpot, but they are reliable. They are controllable. They build real, lasting security. It's not about one lucky break. It's about making steady, consistent choices that build a better future, one small step at a time. That is how real wealth is built. So, what's the takeaway here? It's not about sacrificing all your fun. It's about being intentional. Understand the difference between an entertainment expense and an investment in your future. That small shift in mindset can be the most important financial decision you ever make. It's about taking control of your financial story, just like Ria can. Instead of waiting for luck to strike, you create your own. Think about one small, reliable step you can take this week. Let me know your ideas in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're working on. So, what's the real lesson here? What's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple, actually. Lottery tickets feel like a smart move because they're selling you something incredibly powerful. Escape a dream. A 1 in 9 million chance to solve all your problems overnight. But here's the hard truth about money: it doesn't grow with a single, lucky roll of the dice. It grows through control, through consistency, and through repeated, intentional actions. Think about it. It's the small, boring habits that build real, lasting wealth, not the flashy, exciting gambles. So, the next time you're standing at the counter, reaching for your wallet to buy that ticket, I want you to just pause for a second. Just 1 second, and ask yourself this one simple question. Am I paying for a bit of fun? For the thrill of the draw? Or am I genuinely expecting this little piece of paper to fix my future? That single question is your financial shield. It helps you separate entertainment spending from investment. It protects your hard-earned money and keeps your financial habits on the right track. It's about being honest with yourself and what you're really buying. You see, building a solid financial future isn't about waiting for a miracle. It's about taking charge, making conscious decisions, and understanding where your money is going. It's about building a system that works for you, day in and day out. It's about realizing that you are the one in control of your financial destiny, not some random number generator. Your future is too important to be left to chance. If this video helped you see things a little differently, if it gave you a new perspective, then do me a huge favor. Like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and be sure to subscribe to Money Pulsar. Your financial journey starts right here, right now. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Some details may be simplified for clarity. Please always do your own research before making any financial decisions.